Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. It is open conversation today, 724-438-4593. I'm looking forward to chatting with you. What's on Your Mind is brought to you by Tireman's Auto Garage, K2 Engineering, Coldwell Banker, Laurel Ridge Realty, Chestnut Ridge Counseling, Hicks and Boz Drugstore, Red Rooster Dumpster and Hauling, and Bright Stripe Seal Coating and Line Striping. Okay, couple things on my list. Again, it's my list. If you want to chat about something else that you saw on the news or heard or observed, whatever it might be, give me a buzz. Be happy to hear from you. So, President Trump yesterday hosted not only Ukraine President Vladimir Zelensky, he also had in the Oval Office with him the Prime Minister of United Kingdom, Keir Starmer, the Italian Prime Minister, Giorgia Meloni, French President Emmanuel Macron, German Chancellor Friedrich Merz, Finnish President Alexander Stubb, President of the European Commission Ursula von der Leyen, and the NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte, as they were, talking about the Russia-Ukraine war, steps forward, pass forward, what's needed to get and keep a lasting peace. One of the big things that came out of it, though, is both Russian President Vladimir Putin and Ukraine President Vladimir Zelensky have agreed to meet one-on-one. Now, that meeting has not officially been set yet. Indications are sometime in the next 2 weeks. President Trump says he will make himself available in case it develops into a trilateral summit. So, steps are progressing, it looks like, for a peace in Ukraine. So your thoughts on that? Let's see here. What else? Okay. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent has said that revenues from tariffs are coming in more than he anticipated, and he expects to adjust his projections sometime in the near future. He's already has projected $300 billion in tariff revenues. He expects that number that he's going to adjust it to be higher. To date, the U.S. has brought in $156.4 billion in tariffs. The secretary also said he and the president are working on a plan to send a bunch of that tariff proceeds to pay down the debt, which currently is about at $32.7 trillion. The secretary did not mention anything about sending a check to each American that other legislators have floated. So your thoughts about that? All right. So, President Trump, in his attempts to deport illegal immigrants, and to stop the flow at the border, which he's been very successful at. There are still political leaders in this country that are fighting him every step of the way. The governor of Illinois, J.B. Pritzker, is said to be signing a new law into effect that will give student financial aid regardless of immigration status, allowing illegal immigrants to receive educational financial benefits. So even though there won't be federal money, education money going to illegal immigrants, Illinois illegal residents will be able to receive Illinois tax money in the form of educational financial aid. Now, we all know about the financial situation of the United States. I just mentioned $32.7 trillion debt. The state of Illinois has a state debt of $65 billion. And that's only 1922 figures. I'm sorry, not 2022 figures. That is up in just 2 years from 2000. That is up from 29 billion. So they've added, what is it? Well, a ton. What is it, 34? Is that right? No, 44. $44 billion in debt in just 2 years. And also another, this is Illinois. So giving away taxpayer money to illegal immigrants when they have a $65 billion debt. Not only that, they're in debt to the tune of $203 billion for retiree health insurance and pensions. So government workers within the state of Illinois are owed $203 billion in retiree health insurance and pensions. But they're going to give money to illegal immigrants. Okay. Let's see here. Another thing, you might not be too familiar with this. And has it happened to you in some way, some form? So one thing President Trump did recently, signed another executive order preventing, in a word, debanking. What debanking is when a bank decides not to do business with you for no other reason than they may not like you or your business or what your organization is or what you are buying. So, in other words, some banks in the past have said they are no longer going to do business with a major gun manufacturer. Even though they've been doing business with them for 50 years, they've been a good client, have borrowed money, have already paid it back. They're no longer going to have business with them, and they're closing out their savings accounts, checkings account, payroll account, whatever. They're closing it. So President Trump has said that's happened to him. It's happened to a bank that he has done business with for years in his real estate development company. Told him they no longer wanted his business. Same thing happened to his wife Melania and son Barron, according to their memoirs. Now, some major bank executives in the U.S. who have asked to remain anonymous for fear of reprisals in the future have come forward since this executive order was signed and has said they were pressured by bank regulators under both the Obama and Biden administrations to carry out such practices. So this was a way for those administrations to attempt some kind of censorship. In the case of the gun manufacturer, an attempt to make it hard for them to do business as maybe a way to, I don't know, prevent us from buying their product. So I'm sure there's going to be more to this in the future. But right now, we'll wait and see how it goes. All right, two final things before I get to our first caller online. Southwest Airlines came out recently and said, going back to January, that one of their pilots showed up drunk before a flight. He was given a sobriety test and was arrested. Now, the FAA prohibits pilots from consuming alcohol within 8 hours before a flight and to have a blood alcohol of less than 0.04. So that's less than half of the limit for driving your car. So have you ever, if you've ever gone, if you've ever flown commercially, is that something that you've ever worried about? I mean, knowing that regulation was and is in effect, have you ever worried about? I gotta honestly, I've never given it a second thought, but it is. You don't hear about this often, but it does happen with a pilot being arrested. There was one case, I think, recently where they actually were already seated in the cockpit when somebody told on him, I guess, and said, "Hey, I think the pilot's not quite all there," and so he was about ready to take off in a less than sober condition. Have you ever thought about that? And then, finally, AI, artificial intelligence. I've said this before. I still don't know that much about it. I think artificial intelligence can be a wonderful tool for professionals to use in their line of work, whatever that line of work may be. We had the new CEO of Uniontown Hospital on recently, and not necessary artificial intelligence, but they are using robotics for some surgeries. It's not that you're going in there and here comes this robot that does it. It is a device. It is a robot that is controlled by a surgeon trained to operate it. So, but artificial intelligence, do you have concerns about that? There's something just on the news today where and Facebook has been challenged with this, that AI was caught flirting with, I think it was a 12-year-old girl. Facebook says, "Oh, well, we have parameters, and this one, okay, we need to go back and retweak it and, strengthen those parameters on, interactions with adolescents." Okay, so that's one instance. Are there others there? I mean, do you want AI to be in a position to somehow influence your child? So that's some of my concerns. I mean, all my children are grown, but I got grandchildren now. So, that is a concern. Another concern is, in the hands of people who are, less than honest, we'll say. You might have heard some of these scams. You get a phone call, and it sounds like your son, your daughter, your grandchild, I don't know, maybe your spouse, who says they've been kidnapped and their kidnapper wants X amount of dollars, or they're traveling and they lost their wallet and they need money wired to them so they can get home. That's all part of AI. So, all in all, what are your feelings about artificial intelligence? Good, bad, indifferent, concerns that you might have? So give me a buzz, 724-438-4593. Both lines are open. No waiting, so give me a call, and we'll chat right after this.
Megan Schondelmeyer, a certified registered family nurse practitioner, has joined the medical staff at Centerville Clinics and is accepting new patients at Uniontown Family Doctors, part of the Centerville Clinics network. To make an appointment, call 724-632-6801. For more information on Megan Schondelmeyer or the programs at Centerville Clinics, visit centervilleclinics.com. Centerville Clinics, founded in 1955 and celebrating 70 years of service with total health care for the entire community.
Bright Stripe, Bay County's premier asphalt seal coating professionals, locally owned by Matt and Lexi George. Bright Stripe specializes in residential and commercial asphalt seal coating, also excelling in line striping and layouts, thermoplastic, and infrared asphalt repair. Bright Stripe has succeeded due to their commitment to quality work for 30 years. Bright Stripe, 724-437-6090, or visit bright-stripe.com. BRITE-stripe.com.
Hello, I'm attorney Jeremy Davis from the law firm of Davis & Davis. We have been helping the great people of Fayette County for over 45 years with personal injury claims. If you are hurt or injured, call our law firm for your free consultation. The insurance companies are not on your side. Call us today at 724-437-2799. Either myself or an attorney from our office will personally come out and meet with you. If you're in an accident or hurt, call us at Davis & Davis, 724-437-2799 for your free consultation. Let us fight for you.
Have you been told there is nothing that can be done for your neuropathy? Tri-State Neuropathy Centers is pleased to tell you that's not true. As one of the largest and most successful neuropathy treatment practices in the country, Tri-State Neuropathy Centers has grown to 9 regional centers and helped over 14,000 patients, like John from Morgantown. John had such extreme numbness and pain that he was having difficulty feeling his car pedals. Then John discovered Tri-State Neuropathy Centers and their effective FDA-approved treatment program that has no drugs, is non-invasive and painless. John's great results have given his freedom back, and he's doing the things he wants, like simply driving or cutting the grass. Tri-State Neuropathy Centers help John, along with thousands of others. Let them help you next. Call 304-777-2068. That's 304-777-2068. Tri-State Neuropathy Centers, the leader in treating peripheral neuropathy.
Your mental health is your most valuable asset. With 55 years of experience serving Western Pennsylvania, Chestnut Ridge Counseling Services is ready and able to assist you with all of your mental health needs. Offering over 20 specialized treatments, open access, and just-in-time scheduling means that you receive the treatment you need in a time-conscious fashion. Chestnut Ridge Counseling now offers telehealth, mental health urgent care with immediate access to a mental health professional with no appointment necessary. Call 724-437-0729. That's 724-437-0729 for mental health urgent care at Chestnut Ridge Counseling. Outpatient care options include individual, group, and family therapies, mental health and psychiatric evaluations, and medication services. Outpatient care and services are also available for patients under the age of 18, geared towards youth-centric problems and concerns. Take control of your mental health care with Chestnut Ridge Counseling Services. Call 724-437-0729 to set up an appointment or speak immediately with a mental health professional. Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest, now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. It is Open Conversation, 724-438-4593. Give me a buzz. Hey, little program note. No What's on Your Mind tomorrow. We'll be bringing you Pirate Baseball, an afternoon game as they host the Toronto Blue Jays. But I'll be here Thursday for the extended short show. That means we'll be on from 2 to 4 on Thursday afternoon taking your phone calls. So looking forward to that. So take a note about all those program changes there. There is baseball tonight, by the way. 6:15 is pregame, taking on those same Toronto Blue Jays. 6:15 pregame, 6:40 is the first pitch. So stay tuned to WMBS for Pirate Baseball, such as it is. Okay. What else you want to chat? Well, we could talk about the Pirates. We could talk about Steelers, of course, and then the Penguins. Apparently, maybe they're for sale. We don't really know. A gentleman, I think the last name is Hutchison, down in Florida, is supposedly has offered a pretty hefty price tag to buy the Penguins. So don't know what that means moving forward. Does the Boston Sports Group hang on to the Penguins? They bought it a couple years ago for $900 million. I think if you give me a second, I might be able to bring up real quick. I think it was it was well over $1 billion is what supposedly has been offered. So let me see, $1.75 billion. And Hoffman is the name. David Hoffman, by the way, is his name. So what do you think about that? Is that's what's needed for the Penguins to get back into the playoffs? I don't know. I don't know. What I do know, new ownership of the Pirates is what's needed for the Pirates to be able to compete and move back into playoff contention. Because as long as Bob Nutting is the principal owner of the Pirates, it just ain't going to happen. We as Pirate fans are doomed to many seasons of misery with no hope of ever seeing, 500 ball. Boy, that'd be a big improvement and something to cheer about, which is pretty pathetic if you think about it. If as fans we're relegated to just cheering for a 500 season as opposed to, possibly a World Series season, that's pretty pathetic, don't you think? Okay. High school football starts up this week as well. So we have Laurel Highlands visiting Uniontown this Friday. You can catch the game here on, again, WMBS, your hometown station. So high school football is just around the corner. So looking forward to that as well. What else is going on? So do you want to talk about the possible peace in Ukraine? I mean, certainly our president seems to be working very hard for that. You know, reports are that coming back from Alaska, he spent pretty much the entire flight on the phone with world leaders, with Putin, with Zelensky, working to come to a deal, come to a not just a peace, but a lasting peace on that. Do you think he's going to be now? One thing he did, our president said, and I guess there's talk as to some kind of peacekeeping force in Ukraine. The president said that U.S. troops will not be part of that. And if he has anything to say to it, will not be part of it even when he leaves office. So, does that change your perspective or your thought process on this whole, negotiations that are taking place? Found it interesting, leader after leader yesterday said that wouldn't be this far were it not for Donald Trump. And it's his leadership that is bringing all of this together. I can't remember the last time, if it even took place, that there's been more than one or two foreign leaders at the White House at the same time for meetings and discussions. I don't know that that's ever taken place before. So I know, there's been the president of Egypt and Israel together under Jimmy Carter to sign that initial Middle East peace deal. But that's two. We're talking about, let me count this up here real quick. UK, Italy, France, Germany, Finland. Then that's five individual countries right there. Then you had the president of the European Commission. That brings it up to six. And then the NATO Secretary General. So 7 world leaders in the Oval Office at one time. And that's not counting the president himself. So that brings it up to 8 in one room for a meeting like that in the United States. Yeah, you have the G7 conferences. This was a meeting dealing with, one specific problem that affects everybody that was in that room one way or another, or has the potential to, especially if peace is not found, if a deal is not made, which the president says, hey, it's still possible that there's no deal until we have a deal. There's nothing guaranteed that something will be signed. But I think it's a very big step that has gotten to the point where both Putin and Zelensky are willing to sit down face-to-face, one-on-one. So where that takes place, I don't know. When that takes place, well, we're told hopefully within the next 2 weeks. So kind of really exciting. I hope it really all works out. All right, what else? What else you want to chat about? There's still tariffs out there we can chat about. We can talk about the storm again that happened on Sunday that came barreling through the area. Did a lot of damage up in Ohiopyle. Nothing that can't be fixed, but still a lot of damage that took place. Lives were interrupted because of it. So we can chat about, I'm sure it was, here in Uniontown, all we got was a lot of heavy rain for 10, 15 minutes. Sure, a lot of people at that point in time were pulling out their blueprints to build their own ark. Uh, but it had to have been a little. Not that it would have been frightening, but concern anyway for those up in Ohiopyle as the storm passed through. Not quite sure what was taking place and what to do. But it's passed, and damage can be repaired. So there's that. To chat about. All right, we're gonna go in. Let's take a little look in our crystal ball. Look ahead to next year, the 2026 midterms. So Democrats right now, they're desperate to get back in power in at least one of the chambers, whether it's the Senate or the House. They'd love to have two. Of course, the ultimate is to win the presidency back in 2028, but we're not going to go that far. There's this big battle going on right now over congressional districts and redrawing the lines, redistricting and changing, and gerrymandering are terms we hear a lot. And in some cases, apparently Texas law allows them to do it. And let's face it, there's legal and then there's moral. So legally, Texas can apparently change their redistricting lines. Indiana is talking about doing it. Apparently they can't. California, they're talking about doing it to counteract what happened in Texas. And California, they've got a harder path to do that. They have to bring it up before a statewide vote on a referendum, and Governor Newsom is hoping to get that done this on the November ballot. So there's legal and there's moral. Republicans are doing it because, right now there's just a 3, 4, 5 vote margin in the House. And with the 2026 midterms approaching, which traditionally the House is flipped or changed, or has gotten at least tighter anyway. I don't know if you can get much tighter than it is now. So the Republicans are doing it in the hopes of flipping 5 seats in Texas and strengthening their majority in the House. So it's political reasons, which on a political side I can understand. But morally wise, and I'm not even sure if, or should we say ethically wise? How about that instead? Ethically. We have been very used to lines being drawn approximately every 10 years based off of the census. Well, in a sense, Texas is doing that. They're going off of the census as well, but they're just redrawing those lines to better suit their needs. A lot of arguments are being pulled out that, in the 2024 election, Donald Trump got, in the case of Illinois, like 48% of the vote, 47% of the vote. And yet, the Republicans have just 3 out of 17 seats in Illinois. So shouldn't it be a little bit closer to a 50-50 Split is the argument. So your thoughts on all of that? Should it be closer to what the vote total look like in a presidential election, at which point every 4 years then you get to go back and kind of redraw the lines? I don't know. What do you think? 724-438-4593.
Well, warmer days are ahead, the kind of days when you'll be enjoying your deck or patio again, especially with retractable or fixed awnings from Lifetime Awnings. Made in the USA with manufacturers and customer guarantees, Lifetime Awnings products last. Lifetime Awnings is veteran-owned and operated with a 10% discount to all military veterans and their families. Lifetime Awnings, 724-554-6067. Call for a no-cost or obligation home consultation or email John, the owner, at lifetimeawningsusa@gmail.com. Saving money when you buy a new home isn't a fantasy. It's reality at Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon. With up to $5,000 in instant savings during the Sign and Save sales event, it's the perfect place to find the home you've always wanted. So don't let your dream home stay a fantasy. Visit Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon today at 4500 PA 51. Terms and conditions for the Sign and Save sales event at manufacturedhomeoffers.com. Available only at participating Clayton Homes family of brands retailers through August 31st. Amount of savings may be limited. Ask for details. May not be available with certain financing. Lender restrictions apply.
Now is the perfect time to upgrade your outdoor area with a new fence from All Around Fence Company. Conveniently located at 7896 National Pike, Uniontown. All Around Fence has been installing quality residential, commercial, and farm fencing for more than 45 years. Offering residential fencing including chain link, decorative aluminum, steel, and more, All Around Fence has the fence for you. All Around Fence is also your one-stop shop for Nutrena products and also carries livestock, equine, and pet supplies. So if you need to upgrade an existing fence, add a new gate, or are considering the installation of an all-new fence, All Around Fence has the answers you need. Visit them Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 to 1, or give them a call at 724-439-0331. To learn more, visit allaroundfence.com.
Attention, active and retired coal miners. Have you been screened for black lung? Here at the Black Lung Clinic at Centerville Clinics, we offer yearly screenings, diagnosis, education, and treatment options to help you live a fuller, healthier life. We provide care regardless of your ability to pay. Call Centerville Clinics today at 724-632-6801. Do it today.
Are you looking to list or sell your house? Now is the time to let the professionals at Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty help you with all of your real estate needs. Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty has two convenient locations to better serve you. In Uniontown area, 724-437-7100, or in Connellsville area, 724-628-7200, and speak with one of our real estate professionals. Visit our website, caldwellbanker.com. We have been proudly serving Western Pennsylvania area for over 30 years and look forward to helping you with all of your real estate needs. Broker Paul Borch Jr.
Chesler's Fine Furniture is overstocked with reclining sofas and reclining love seats from America's most famous manufacturers, La-Z-Boy, Best Home Furnishings, and Catnapper. And right now, they put their best sellers on sale in both fabric and leather. Featured is a 3-piece sectional in fabric for $32.99, or the same model in genuine leather for $33.99. And yes, there are 2 recliners in the sectional. Chesler's has a beautiful reclining sofa in brown for $7.99 and the matching love seat for $7.49. In the La-Z-Boy department, select the Morrison model, available in 5 colors for $12.99 and matching love seat for $12.49. If you need a recliner, there are models to match each group. So breathe some excitement back into your family room with Chesler's Fine Furniture's best sellers. Credit terms and delivery are available. Chesler's Fine Furniture, Route 51 in Uniontown, where customers send their friends.
WMBS.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes. I'm your host. It's Open Conversation. Give me a buzz, 724-438-4593. Okay, with summer coming to a close and school starting back up, That also means something else. Season premieres of your favorite TV show will begin popping up. So what show are you looking forward to starting back up again? So I will tell you, and you might already know this. I've said it many times. NCIS, my favorite show. It's going to be starting its 23rd season. I have to wait until like middle October for the season premiere for that show. However, September 4th, just around the corner, Tony and Ziva are back together with their own NCIS spinoff. It's going to be streaming on the Paramount channel. It's a 10-episode season on that premiere. It takes place in Europe. We're going to get to meet Tony and Ziva's daughter, Tali. So I am looking forward to that. See if that old, chemistry is still there. So what are you looking forward to seeing? Or what are you going to miss as well? Now, I did not watch a lot of Blue Bloods, police crime drama, CBS, Tom Selleck, main character on it, and one of the Wahlberg brothers on there. I haven't watched it that much, but when I did, I thoroughly enjoyed the show. And it was on, well, not as long as NCIS, but, it was a staple of CBS for, 10, 12, 13 years, has gone away. So I guess in a sense, I'll miss that. Fortunately, we have this technology called reruns, and we'll be able to continue, but nothing new when it comes to Blue Bloods. So what are you looking forward to? We really haven't been seeing any, I should say I haven't been seeing many trailers advertising new shows. So you tell me, are there some new shows coming out that, look intriguing to you? And do you even watch network television anymore? Have you gone pretty much to, other streaming devices, channels such as Netflix shows or Prime or, I don't know, Paramount, others? Are you following those we'll just call them stations, and what they're offering? So how has your, TV viewing habits changed over the last 5 to 10 years? I guess we got rid of cable. We stream everything now, including the network stations they're streaming through. I'll tell you that. So there's so many more options to choose from. So we'll carry that over into the next hour when we come back as well. We'll chat about that, and we'll see if we can come up with some other topics that might interest you and get things flowing along here. In the meantime, we have CBS coming up just around the corner. They're going to bring you news from around the world, around the country, and then TJ is in here with the local news, sports, and weather. Well, at the tone, it is going to be 2 o'clock. This is WMBS Uniontown, and we'll be back after this.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts. I'm Cammie McCormick. Hurricane Erin will remain offshore, but it's still a very dangerous storm. Hurricane Center Director Michael Brennan says a storm surge warning has been issued for the Outer Banks in North Carolina, and it's creating dangerous conditions far to the north.
And that large wave field, as Erin's wind field expands, is going to affect almost the entire east coast of the United States with dangerous surf and rip current conditions. So please stay out of the water. Pay attention to those warning flags along the beaches.
New Jersey's governor is urging everyone to stay out of the ocean. The Washington Post is reporting the Justice Department is investigating whether Washington, D.C. police manipulated data to make crime rates appear lower. The criminal investigation is being run out of the federal prosecutor's office in D.C. More Republican-led states, meanwhile, are sending in National Guard troops. CBS's Scott McFarland.
Part of their mission, according to the National Guard, is to help support local police, but not conduct arrests and not carry firearms. That's the state of affairs here, at least for now. But a White House spokesperson tells CBS News that's subject to change in the coming days.
CBS's Aaron Navarro reports on some clarification today from the president about security guarantees for Ukraine.
President Trump said this morning that it'll be the United Kingdom, France, and Germany to, quote, front-load it and provide boots on the ground for any type of security guarantee, but that there will not be U.S. troops on the ground, though there may be some air defense coming from the U.S.
As to when Russian President Putin and Ukraine's Zelensky could actually meet at the White House a few moments ago, Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt.
I can assure you that the United States government and the Trump administration is working with both Russia and Ukraine to make that bilateral happen as we speak.
The United Nations said today the number of aid workers killed around the world rose by nearly a third last year. Spokesman Jens Lerke.
Most of those killed were national staff serving in their home communities, and the numbers are driven up by the relentless conflict in Gaza, where more than 180 humanitarian workers were killed last year.
On the latest ceasefire efforts for Gaza, mediators are awaiting Israel's response. Reporter Robert Berger in Jerusalem on what that could be.
I think maybe we'll see something in the middle. Israel stepping up the military pressure while intensifying negotiations for a ceasefire.
A senior Israeli official said today the government is standing firm on its call that all hostages be released as part of a deal, both dead and alive. Checking the numbers on Wall Street at this hour, stocks are lower. The Nasdaq is off by nearly 300 points. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
If you are looking for a trusted local law firm with a strong commitment to their clients, look no further than Zebley Law Offices. Attorney Zebley has been practicing law in Fayette County for more than 4 decades. Although specializing in bankruptcy, Zebley also handles real estate matters, civil suits, collections, wills, powers of attorney, and more. If you need legal help, go with a name you recognize and trust. Call Zebley Law Offices today at 724-439-9200.
Concerned about your heart health? At WVU Medicine, we believe your heart deserves world-class care, close to home and always within reach. Our non-invasive cardiology team uses advanced tests like stress tests and cardiac MRI to diagnose and monitor heart conditions without surgery. Call 877-WVU, the number 4HRT, or visit wvumedicine.org/heart.
A new survey by Bank of Montreal shows just how much parents juggle finances. CBS News correspondent Matt Piper has that.
It's not easy for parents, says Bank of Montreal's Jesse Slovenik.
They are saying that overall it is getting much more expensive to have children. 79% of people say that they have anxiety about their overall financial situation.
However, Americans with kids seem to be more financially smart.
A lot of parents are more likely to set financial goals. 83% compared to those that are not parents. They're more likely to have written financial plans, so 54% who have children compared to 31% who don't. And they're a lot more likely to have professional financial advisors.
Matt Piper, CBS News.
Dining out is changing. It's not for everyone anymore. A new survey finds nearly half of diners left a restaurant before ordering due to long waits, and many left because the staff was rude. Over half say they dined solo, and the standard tip still 15%. This is CBS News.
Now the local, district, and statewide news.
Being brought to you by Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, your Bryant Dieter. Keeping you warm and cozy in winter and cool and comfortable in summer with a quality Bryant gas furnace or air conditioning system. And now the news.
Good afternoon. It is 2:05. It's sunny and 81 outside the Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law Studios, Fayette County's personal injury attorneys since 1976. Your local station, 590 AM, 101.1 FM, WMBS. I'm TJ DeStefano, sports and weather to follow the news. One person was taken to the hospital and a portion of I-70 West was closed following a crash in Washington County this morning. The crash happened at 10:50 before the south junction of 70 and 79. The crash involved a tractor trailer and a van. One person was taken to the hospital from the scene. Their condition is unknown. It is unclear if anyone else was injured or what led to the crash. A Uniontown man is charged with attempted homicide after being accused of firing a revolver at another man's head in the city Saturday afternoon. The Herald Standard says that Devin Fitzgerald surrendered to police around 1 Saturday afternoon, shortly after they arrived at the Austin Street house where the incident happened. Fitzgerald faces felony charges of attempted homicide, attempted aggravated assault, possession of a prohibited firearm, and possessing a firearm without a license, along with a couple of misdemeanors. Fitzgerald's bond was withheld on the grounds of being a threat to himself and others, mental health issues, and drug issues. A new report is naming Pennsylvania one of the best states to live in. According to WalletHub, the Keystone State is the 10th best state to call home. The website used metrics including affordability, education, and quality of life to determine their rankings. Massachusetts was crowned the best state to live in, followed by Idaho in second and New Jersey in third. New research shows that anxiety or fear keeps many kids out of school. Here's more from Tammy Trujillo.
Ipsos surveyed 1,000 parents nationwide on behalf of the Kids Mental Health Foundation and found that anxious or fearful children missed more than a week of school last year. The study showed that 42% of students who missed school claimed they didn't feel well, while 20% said they were too tired to go to class. The National Institutes of Health said more than 1 in 4 kids experience school avoidance, and it's most common among 10 to 13-year-olds, especially those attending new schools. I'm Tammy Trujillo.
WMBS time is 2:08. We'll take a look at sports and weather after this.
439-2323. For 24-hour emergency service, call us when you need. We're Fayette's Heating and Air Conditioning, your service company.
When it's sweltering outside, you'll be cool inside with central air conditioning from Bryant, the people that know cool. And it's easy to have a central air conditioning system installed in your home. Simply call on your Bryant dealer, Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, located near the Laurel Mall on Route 119, north of Uniontown. The phone number is 439-2323. Let Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning rescue you from the sticky, humid summer weather. Remember that number for Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, your Bryant dealer, 439-2323.
Call Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, 439-2323, 439-2323, 439-2323, 439-2323.
And in sports, Pirates, they'll host the Toronto Blue Jays tonight at PNC Park. Mitch Keller will go for the Bucks, who are 53-73 and 5-2 winners over the Blue Jays last night. Pregame is 6:15, first pitch 6:40 tonight right here on WMBS. Steelers, they'll wrap up the preseason on Thursday night. They will travel down to take on the Carolina Panthers, and we'll have the game on WMBS starting at 7 o'clock with kickoff.
The local, district, and statewide news has been brought to you by Fayette Heating and Air Conditioning, your Bryant dealer. Route 119 north of Uniontown, located near Laurel Mall. Phone 439-2323.
This Weather Watch is brought to you by Clayton Homes of Belle Vernon. Is it time to find a home that fits your lifestyle? Visit Clayton Homes of Belle Vernon. You'll find special savings along with beautiful, energy-efficient homes packed with features you've been dreaming about at Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon, 4500 PA 51.
Sunshine continues this afternoon, 86, mainly clear and 70 tonight. Cloudy tomorrow. We could see some scattered showers and storms mostly in the afternoon and a high of 82. Right now, it's sunny and 81 outside of our Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law Studios. 2:10 is our time on this Tuesday afternoon. I'm TJ DeStefano. Up next, hour 2 of What's on Your Mind with Russ Rhodes here on WMBS.
This Weather Watch was brought to you by Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon. Is it time to find a home that fits your lifestyle? Visit Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon. You'll find special savings along with beautiful, energy-efficient homes.
Driven by Tireman's Auto Garage, you've probably seen all the 2-, 4-, and 6-seater golf carts. Well, they're available for sale and financing is available. Interested in running a golf cart? See Joe and Kim at Tireman's Auto Garage about daily, weekly, or monthly rentals. Tireman's Auto Garage, voted best in Fayette for tires and the best prices in town for tires with CIMA and Snap Leasing available. Mill Street, phone 724-425-9606 for Tireman's Auto Garage on Mill Street in Uniontown.
Bright Stripe, Bay County's premier asphalt seal coating professionals, locally owned by Matt and Lexi George. Bright Stripe specializes in residential and commercial asphalt seal coating, also excelling in line striping and layouts, thermoplastic, and infrared asphalt repair. Bright Stripe has succeeded due to their commitment to quality work for 30 years. Bright Stripe, 724-437-6090 or visit bright-stripe.com. BRITE-stripe.com.
Are you looking to list or sell your house? Now is the time to let the professionals at Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty help you with all of your real estate needs. Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty has 2 convenient locations to better serve you. In Uniontown area, 724-437-7100, or in Connellsville area, 724-628-7200, and speak with one of our real estate professionals. Visit our website, caldwellbanker.com. We have been proudly serving Western Pennsylvania area for over 30 years and look forward to helping you with all of your real estate needs. Broker Paul Borch Jr.
Are you considering a project design and don't know where to start? K2 Engineering offers a wide range of professional civil, architectural, and municipal services to meet your individual project needs. Our versatility combined with our personalized approach is what sets us apart as a full-service engineering and consultation firm. To learn more about our services, please visit us on the web at www.k2engineering.net. K2 Engineering, where customer service is our priority.
Here's a business looking for a customer.
Hi there.
Here's a customer looking for a business.
Hi.
And that's where the Better Business Bureau comes in. The BBB connects people with businesses they can trust. That's why 2023 IABBB research found 80% of people choose BBB accredited businesses over non-accredited ones with the same A+ letter rating. Live happily, better after. Always look for the sign of a better business because it's looking out for you. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Zen's Antiques and Home Decor, a part of the Cinder Shack family of vendors where you can find both antique and new furniture, collectibles, housewares, gift items including jewelry and candles, and so much more. Follow Zen's Antiques and Home Decor on Facebook for new items and information on upcoming events. Zen's Antiques and Home Decor in Building 2 at 3391 National Pike in Farmington. Zen's Antiques and Home Decor.
Hello, Uniontown and Fayette County. This is attorney Erica Dowd of Quattrini Law Group. Are you a veteran suffering from a service-related disability or disease? Not all injuries are obvious or happen quickly. We've helped hundreds of veterans with conditions like PTSD, neuropathy, heart conditions, and cancers get the benefits they deserve, even when their conditions didn't start until many years after service. VA benefits can be paid for any condition that could have been caused or worsened by your service, from Agent Orange exposure, Camp Lejeune water exposure, burn pits, or physical injuries in the service. If you were disabled from your military service, we can help you. The consultation is free and no obligation. Call us today at 1-888-534-6016 or Google Quattrini Law Group. Again, this is attorney Erica Dowd from Quattrini Law Group, reaching out to veterans like you.
Your local station, WMBS.
The
The views and opinions presented by the host, guests, or callers on this program do not necessarily represent the positions of WMBS Radio.
Welcome back for hour 2 of What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. It is Open Conversation, 724-438-4593. Give both lines open. Give me a buzz. What's on Your Mind brought to you by Bright Stripe, seal coating and line striping, Red Rooster Dumpster and Hauling, Hicks and Boss Drugstore, Chestnut Ridge Counseling, Coldwell Banker at Laurel Ridge Realty, K2 Engineering, and Tireman's Auto Garage. Alrighty.